The views that are expressed on What's on Edigga's Mind are that of the show's host and does not necessarily reflect the views of BS3 TV Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is good? What is good? What is good? Good people. That's right. It is I, the man that you all know and love, Edigga. That's right. I am here and I am glad that you are here. I appreciate you that you are here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. Whew. What can I say? After a week of events that has been changing and rearranging and putting people out there on blast because you're not getting the recognition that you expected to get. This is this week's episode of What's on Edigga's Mind. That's right, in the studio on this great network, BS3. Shout out to the great people at BS3. Thank you again for having me. And thank you to you, the viewers that tune in every week to this show and other great shows on the network. Need I say that you need to tune in to this great content on BS3 TV network. Go follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and if you have a Roku device, Roku is it? I can never get the name right. Is it Roku or Roku? It's one of the two. Roku. I'm gonna say Roku. I know I'm gonna get corrected. I know I'm gonna get corrected, but make sure that you download the app on your devices and check us out right here. Shout out to my sister. She is tuned in. Nova Pearl. Shout out to you, my dear, for always supporting, always logging in to check me out. What can I say, good people? Today, of course, you seen a lot of people was talking about it. The internet is on 5,000. I wouldn't say 100 because everybody is talking about it. And I'm talking about two people in particular. And they are Monique and Mr. D.L. Hughley. First and foremost, I want to just say two people. Now one is a legend, one is not. I'm just going to call it like it is. I'm gonna call it a spade a spade. One is a legend, and the reason why I say one is a legend because they have been doing it a lot longer. I don't know if they started in the same arena at the same time, but you got to give credit where credit is due. One is a legend, one is not. I respect Monique, but some of the things that she has been doing as of late is not really up to par. Is not really up to par. And my whole thing is this is that all of this stemmed or all of this came about when she won the Oscar for Precious, her supporting role in Precious. All of this came up when she won that Oscar because she thought that once she received that statue, once she received that title, that award, or whatever it is, that once she got that name under her belt, she thought that her career was just going to catapult. And shout out to my brothers. I was on the podcast today with my brothers, and I'm talking about the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. Make sure you check out these guys every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on BS3 TV. Because we was talking about that. We was talking about Monique in the D.L. Hughley situation. And I said, I voiced my opinion, but I say I'm going to save a little bit tonight right here on What's on Edigga's Mind, because this has been on my mind for a minute. I'm just glad that I had a Sunday off to go live to pretty much put my little 2, 3, 4 cents into it. Because right now, Monique is just making it bad for Black people. There's some Black people out here that make us look bad, but Monique is just making it look bad. It simmered down a little bit when she was going ham on Tyler Perry, Whitney Houston. Sorry, Whitney. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, Steve Harvey. She was just going off. Now it's D.L. Hughley, fellow comedian. Like I said, I don't know if they started at the same time. I know they were in, certain arenas. I know that they passed each other coming into comedy clubs or what have you. But this situation is a little bit more interesting because we're talking about, we're talking about fame now. Nobody wants to be second. Nobody wants to go on before the main person. Like, okay, so if you was living under a rock, here's the situation. The situation is, it was based off of a contract. They was doing the show in I believe it was Detroit. They was doing a show in Detroit. And what the media put out was that D.L. Hughley was the headliner. He was the main person. He was the headliner. And it was said that the promoter had wanted Monique to be the headliner, but saw fit to change it and give it to D.L. Hughley. So and like I said, it's a little touchy. It's a little touchy subject because this is business at this point. It's a little touchy because we got two heavyweights. We got two heavyweights. We got D.L. Hughley. We got Monique. Like I said, Monique may have been a good comedian. D.L. Hughley, I look at him as being a giant. And please, don't come to me with the whole, because he's a man and, men. No, that has nothing to do with that. I'm looking at bodies of work. I'm looking at longevity. I'm looking at the whole nine. Hey, Danielle, what's up? How you doing? I'm looking at the whole nine. I'm looking at everything across the board. I want to ask you a question while it's fresh on my mind, and then I'm going to go to a video. Can anybody tell me a line from a Monique comedy? Don't worry, I'll wait. If anybody has ever seen Monique stand up, a stand-up comedy, if you ever went to her event, if you ever went to see her live at a show, can you say or repeat a line that she has said in her comedy act? Like, I'm gonna give you a couple. Kevin Hart. No, I wasn't ready. That's one of them. Kevin Hart, Cat Williams. That my all-time favorite, Cat Williams, is when he did the Tiger. When he said, I'm the Tiger, don't even recognize that he's in a fake ass habitat. Tigers just chilling on the speaker system and don't even realize that this is a speaker system. We can identify with that. You see what I'm saying? Certain comedians, you see them, you know their art. You can repeat certain lines from their stand-up, whether it was Netflix, whether you went to their concert or a stand-up event, their comedy stand-up. You can repeat those lines. I can honestly sit here and tell you publicly, I cannot say a line from a Monique stand-up. I can't do it. And if anybody can prove me wrong right now watching, shout out to you. My hat's off to you. I cannot sit here and begin to think of any Monique line, any famous Monique, poor little Tink Tink. When he did the joke about the runner with the fake legs with the back with paper clips, look like back with paper clips, like Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, his son, talking about his son, like he get mad, he start to do this little funny, we can identify with that because this is Kevin Hart, this is Cat Williams, just to name a few. I can honestly sit here and cannot think of a Monique line. I'm gonna give you one better. When Monique was big, she was big and she lost. Hey, what's up, Terry? What's going on with you, fam? When Terry, and I think Terry said this on the show. When Monique was big, because she lost a hell of a lot of weight. Shout out to her. She made a conscious decision to lose weight. Shout out to her. When she was big, her thing was skinny women and big women. Remember that? That's the only thing. That's the only thing right there. But I'm looking at bodies of work over time where Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, I can't even say it's some more. JB Smoove, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley. We all know what D.L. Hughley's thing is. We all know it. And if you know it, please put it in the chat. He gets on people. He says his jokes, he do his jokes, and towards the end of the show, he scours around the audience and see who he can get on. And that's the last 20 to 25 minutes of his stand-up right there. We know that. We've seen that. We can identify with that because it's D.L. Hughley. Like I said, I can honestly sit here and cannot think of a line from a Monique stand-up that I can sit here and repeat. I can't. And to add fuel to the fire, and I hate to do this, I really am. I'm ashamed that I live in Baltimore right now because Monique is from Baltimore. Monique is from Baltimore, born and raised. Well, I don't know if she was born and raised, but at one time she was living here. But she's not funny. And I said this. I said, I said this on the show earlier today with the guys, and I said, what if she's doing this because she has no material? You got to think about that. If you ain't got no material, what's the second best thing to do with comedians? Now, I am no comedian. I've been told that I was funny, but I'm not going to quit my job and go start doing comedy. I know a couple of friends who did it, and they are funny, and they are making money right now. Shout out to them, but I've been said that I was funny, but that didn't go to my head to say, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to start telling jokes in a club. No. Won't happen, boo-boo. I know I'm funny in my own right. I don't try to be funny. I don't sit around and write jokes and say, check this one out. I got one for you. What did the blue dog say? That hell to the hell no. I'm not going to do that. I know I'm funny. I don't push my funny. When it comes out, it comes out. If you laugh, you laugh. If you don't, then oh well. Life is going to move on. But what I'm saying to you tonight, good people, is sometimes, and I should have named this, I said, was this necessary? And I wasn't thinking. I should have named this. Sometimes it's just not about you. Because look at it. Every situation, it started with Oprah. And the question was asked earlier on the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast about where did the beef with her and Oprah start? Well, I'm going to tell you. Because at the time, they're old age. That's old age, people. At the time, I wasn't even thinking about it. But her problem with Oprah was it was something dealing with her mom. And Oprah kind of like went behind her back to get the story. And because of that, that's for ratings. You see what I'm saying? And Monique felt kind of slighted because Oprah didn't come to her and asked her for her blessings. Is it pre, before, or post? Post Oscar. Post-Oscar moment. Like I said, after Monique won the Oscars, shit changed dramatically. Now, for some of you who was watching and y'all love Monique, hey, love on her. Send her prayers. Wish her well. But me on this side, it's getting a little played out. It's getting a little played out. And then, like I said, I came to the realization of this. And I said this. I said, the names that she's been naming, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, it's another one. All of these people I've just named are what? Some heavyweights. There's big names in Hollywood, Now, she went on her rant, and I wish I had that video. Terry got that video, but I don't have the video. But she went on her rant and said, I'm not Hollywood, but you keep naming these names. I'm not Hollywood, but you keep naming these names. I'm going to just break it down for you. You're naming these names because I just said it. They are heavyweights. They hold a lot of weight in Hollywood. Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels. They hold a lot of weight in Hollywood. So let me just put 2 and 2 together. She was banking on the sheer fact that one of these people, if not all of these people that I just named, was going to help her in some capacity. And then slowly realized they didn't. You ever thought about that? After she got her award or her Oscar, all of these big heavyweight names came into play. Like I said, the beef with her and Oprah happened right after the interview with something going on with her mom's. Oprah was supposedly, allegedly went behind her back, got the interview with her mom's, Dad kind of came in, offered his 2 cents. No, I'm sorry. Brother kind of came in. It was either the brother or the father, one of the two. Brother or the father came in, try to put their 2 cents in, and gave up the information. Oprah went behind her back and got the interview. She's pissed because she didn't come to Monique to ask her for her blessings or approval. That's how that beef started. Then it just goes on with this D.L. Hughley beef. That's now Steve Harvey. That's, Steve Harvey's the coon. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, the same names. Now, allegedly, she's supposed to have made amends with Lee Daniels, and she's supposed to be in one of his upcoming movies this summer. I don't know if that's true or not. It's getting kind of redundant now. It's getting really, really redundant. I don't understand it. So I'm gonna play this clip. This clip is from Tank, the singer Tank, and he offers his opinion about this whole matter. But I want you to listen, because he says some very interesting things. But two things he said, I want you to listen to it. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about more.
Blacks don't mess around. We different from 90.
What's up, y'all? This is Master P. And I just want to let y'all know, go to nightanddaynetmarket.com and get yourself some product. They're a black-owned company. They got everything from t-shirts to hoodies to shoes to jewelry to hair care products. Subscribe to their YouTube channel, Night and Day Network, with the Curry Gang, and check them out now. You heard? Salute.
Okay, guys, how y'all doing today? First of all, hopefully you check out the R&B Money podcast. Check that out. First episode, Jamie Foxx. It's crazy. Jay Valentine, you know how it goes. I have to chime in on this. I have to. The Monique and D.L. Hughley situation, it's starting to get personal, and I don't believe that night was personal. It wasn't. It came down to business, right? And let me explain it to you. As you can see in D.L. Hughley's memo, he was offered the closing position. And let's just say in Monique's paperwork, they agreed to give her a closing position as well. Got it. What it boils down to the night of show is, if we got two artists instead of saying, hey, I'm supposed to close, it is then on the promoter to decide who's more valuable to the show. Who do we let close? Who can't we lose? Who are we willing to lose? Are we willing to let Monique walk so that DL can close? Or are we willing to let DL walk so that Monique can close? They chose DL. DL's kicking and screaming wasn't personal, I don't think, to Monique. He would have said that about anybody trying to go after him because he was promised a closing position. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't personal to Monique. I don't want Monique to go after me. No, she just happened to be on the show. She just happened to be the other person promised a closing spot, right? But he would have said that about anybody if he was promised the closing position. So it wasn't personal. It was business. And the promoter choosing DL as the closer was business. That's the business that he thought was better for him or them at the moment. I don't want these brothers and sisters going at each other like this. They are our heroes. DL and Monique are our heroes, man. I would love for them to just get on the phone and just clear it up, man. I don't know. If me and Tyrese can do it, y'all can do it. Check out the R&B Money podcast, up right now. I love y'all, man. R&B Money.
There you have it. There you have it. Put up this comment before I go further. And it is from BS3 Network. I'm not sure who wrote it. Why is Monique involved in so many beefs? It's beyond annoying. Thank you. And DL is the closest, is the closer, hands down. I agree with Tank. It's business. Thank you. Now, to your first question, why is she involved in so many beefs? That's what I want to know. And I think everybody that's watching want to know as well. Why is it? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. I think I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. One, like I said, after she won the Oscars, after she won that Oscar for Precious in her supporting role, and she played a horrible mother to get the role. So if you got a problem with everybody, Monique, talk to the Oscars about why you had to stoop so low to get an Oscar for that role. She played a horrible mother. You look in the dictionary under horrible, you see Monique's picture and Precious in the horrible. And you got an Oscar for that? I would be talking to the Oscar Academy. I would be talking to the Academy about that. Like, why did I have to do this role to get this Oscar? And y'all recognize me. Was it my acting, or I would say something about it. If you want to create beefs, there you go. That's a perfect beef right there. But you ain't say jack. You got that award. You gave your speech. And right after that, that's when all the drama happened. Second thing, and I think y'all know where I'm about to go at with this. Your manager. Mm-hmm. I'm not excluding him from that. I'm not excluding him from anything. Your manager, boo-boo. He's like a little bird in your ear. I don't think you should do that. Oh, no. That don't sound right. No, say this and say this. I promise you. It's the little devil in your ear. That's the problem. That is, I'm almost, when y'all look at this and down the line, you're going to remember this day. Remember who said it, Edigga. And y'all going to say, God damn it, Edigga did say that nigga was, mark my word. In every video, he right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell him why it's like that, Monique. Tell him why it's like that. And my favorite one, I don't see, and okay, so there's a video of him and her and pretty much breaking everything down, right? Cornery at his best. When y'all get a chance, go on YouTube and type in a whole Monique and it'll come up. But look at the video of him and her. It's about an hour long. I was going to play that video, but it's an hour long. That's my whole show. And I am not about to do that. Anywho, both of them sitting down. He like, yep. But so what I'm saying is, and cuts her off, Would you know? No, well, this is what really happened. If you're so independent, if you're so, for women and love, I love you, boo-boos, my babies, and I just want to love on everybody. Yo, take several seats back, like Terry says. Take several seats back. And this is when I've learned a long time in life that if more than one person keeps saying the same thing over and over again, everybody can't be lying. You see what I'm saying? Everybody can't be lying. So that is your moment to say, wait a minute, what is going on? You know, it slap in the face, like, wait a minute, what is going on? Let me take a step back to make sure it's not me. You see what I'm saying? Let me make sure it's not me. Okay. And once you do that, just sit back and reevaluate everything. Everything. That's another cut. There's another Cat Williams quote right there. Everything. Everything. That's what you need to do. First of all, you need to get that clown out of your ear. I understand that's your manager. You appointed him your manager. That's your husband. For the life of me, I still do not understand why she is calling this grown-ass man, and she is a grown-ass woman, daddy. That's like me calling my wife mama. My mama name is Marie Harris. Rest your soul. God rest your soul. I know who my mama is. You don't get two mamas. You probably get a mom figure, but you only get one true mama. You only get one biological mamas, and I've pretty much got a lot of mamas out there. Motherly figures, that is. I know who my mama is, but that's like me calling my wife mama. Ain't that some shit? Hell no. Not going to do it. Right. Shout out to my man Quinn. He's a part of the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. When you are the common denominator, you're the problem. If you're not a part of the solution, say it with me, people. If you're not a part of the solution, you're the problem. Yes, I said it. And like I said earlier when I came on, I said we had three. It was another shooting. I can't remember where it was, but after we had two shootings, one in Buffalo, New York, we had another one in Uvalde, Texas, and people wanted to come to a comedy club. They wanted to laugh. Black people, understand this. I love to laugh. After a stressful day at work, you know, some people go home, they pour them a drink, they want to sit down. The second grade mathematics applied to life. Right. You know, some people get after a long day of work, after a stressful day at work, some people like to come home and pour themselves a little drink, you know, and kick back and relax. Some people even like to, you know, laugh a little bit. Some people even like to, you know, I just need a good laugh to take my mind away from all of this drama, all of this turmoil, all of this killing, all of this shooting, all of this nonsense crime that's been going on in the world. I'm not just talking about outside of where you live. I'm talking about the world. They want to get away. They want to not think about what's going on in the world. So they wanted to come to a comedy club and hoping that two heavyweights, D.L. Hughley and Monique, can provide that laughter. But oh no. You made it about you. Just like every other time. Boo-boo. It is not always about you. It is not always about me. In fact, I'm going to give you one better. I said this today, and I said there were plenty of events that I was invited to be a host, to be a panelist, to be a guest speaker. And because of my own negligence, I missed the mark. I didn't submit paperwork, or I didn't respond in time. Not because I didn't want to, simply forgot. But you did not see me coming to that event and pointing the finger and ranting to the people that was on the panel, to the people that was guest hosting, to the people that was hosting. You didn't see me make a video and say, yeah, I'm about to go in here and I'm about to get on everybody up in here because that's bullshit. You didn't see me do that. She could have handled that situation way better. Instead of blasting D.L. Hughley, she could have got on the phone. She could have read it. She could have wrote an email. She could have had a meeting. She could have went to the event and did her event and did her material and not said anything about the subject, anything about the situation, and people would have got what they paid for. I am almost certain that people did not pay for to see Monique rant about being overlooked. If you are on the ticket, if you are on the bill, if people seen you on this flyer, damn it, what more do you want? I'm almost certain that people did not spend, and then I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how much the tickets were, but I'm D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm almost certain these tickets wasn't cheap. So people paid good hard-earned money. One. Second, people wanted to come and sit down to have a great evening to escape all of the BS and all of the drama and everything, to get a good laugh, to put their minds on something else. And this is what you do. Over a contract negotiation that could have been handled over the phone by your representatives, his representatives, you and him, but you brought all of that drama to the stage. And what made matters worse was you brought his family into it. Oh no. No. There's certain things, good people, that you just do not do, black people. Understand. And I am a firm believer in this. You don't talk about my family. Whatever you need to say it to me and me only. Do not bring my wife, my children. Don't even bring my cat. Yes, I have a cat. I have a cat. His name is Biggie. Please don't bring. And she said something about the man's dog. She said something about the man's dog. She said, I don't know what she said, but she said something about the man's dog. You brought his wife into it, his kids, his daughter, and I was going to play that video, but I said no. Video was too long. His daughter went in. Daughter said, what you're not going to do is bring my family into this. Understand something, black people. Understand something, black people. Sometimes what you think is right at that moment, it is not right at that moment. I know we all get frustrated. I know we all get mad, angry, to the point where we need to do it. It is not that serious at that moment. It's not. People came there for a reason. They came there to laugh, to escape, to enjoy themselves, to have a night of no problems. And what did you do? Wow. How can you live with yourself? Just because you thought that something was going to go in your favor, did not go in your favor. So I just need to make everybody miserable. And I need to make one person miserable and to make a lot of other people miserable. How do people live with themselves? I don't understand it. I really don't. I'm sitting here and I know I've been making a joke about it, but that's the problem with our people. That is the problem. Is it necessary? Is it necessary to always react in impulse when something is not going in your favor? Is it? Do you ever stop and think and say, if I say this, what kind of ripple effect will this happen? Now you're back in the news. People are looking at you. You're being dragged, and you're trying to figure out why. And it goes back to the comment earlier when the person said, "Why is Monique involved in so many beefs?" It's not about you at the end of the day. It's not always about you at the end of the day. My final thought coming up right after these messages. Don't go nowhere. Much more to come.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Knucklehead Chronicle podcast, the panel edition.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Knucklehead Chronicles, the panel edition. Let's go.
What's good people, and welcome to the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, panel edition. Let's get ready.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. This is the panel edition. Me, your boy Kevin, Edigga, and Queen, man. We're going to rock the show. Listen, do me a favor. Go to Knucklehead Chronicles podcast.podbean.com. Follow the podcast, man. We really appreciate it.
That's right, good people. The Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. Make sure you check out these guys. Man, what can I say? The incredible Terry, the guru, my man Quinn, my man Kev, the great, and myself, of course. The Knucklehead Chronicles podcast live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on BS3 TV. Hey, good people, here's my final thought. Through all of these situations involving these two giants, one I consider a giant, the other one just do comedy. That's how I think about it. Sometimes it's just not about you. It's not always about you. Like I said, food for thought. And this applies for anybody who thinks that, it's about them all of the time. Because believe it or not, good people, you have people out there who think it's all about them. The earth, the sun, the moon, the stars revolve around them. I understand. I get it. You don't want to be looked over. You don't want to be shafted. You don't want to be belittled or shortchanged, as they used to say back in my day. But it's happening too frequent. And the one thing I want to say to people who feel that way is that you have to take a step back. You have to reevaluate yourself. It's happening too frequent. Every little thing bothers you. You have to go after everybody. You have to you have to reassert your authority. I get it. I understand that, but it's happening too frequent. Based off of something that you expect to happen. See, I ain't no PhD. I don't hold a PhD. I don't hold a doctor in front of my name. It's no Dr. Ernest Harris. I don't have a degree in political science, or I'm just speaking life. This is life. This is common sense and life. People, understand, it's not always about you. And at the end of the day, it could have been handled on both sides a little bit different. Like I said, her representatives, his representatives, you and him, all of y'all needed to meet up, have a meeting to square it out. If that didn't work, there's other methods to doing these things. But see, we live in a society now where everything is on social media. Everything is on social media. And how my stance on celebrities is, and when I really looked at this, I wasn't even going to talk about it because of my stance on celebrities. I could care less. But Monique, you it's too frequent. It's too frequent. And I can bet you good money that I know the source. I know two sources of where this is coming from. Like I said, your husband, which you call daddy. That sounds like a pimp name, that daddy. Daddy. She don't even call him Signe, daddy. And the fact that you thought that by winning this Oscar was going to catapult your career. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to leave. So maybe it worked. Whatever Steve Harvey did to get his success, it worked for him. Maybe Oprah Winfrey at a moment, whatever she did, it worked for her. She had some people behind her to push her and to get her out there. Steve Harvey, same thing. Tyler Perry, we all know his story, a rags to riches story. He started from humble beginnings, homeless, living in his car, and shot to where he is now. Lee Daniels, probably the same thing. All of these people that I mentioned, that she mentioned, maybe at one point, it worked for them. Whatever they did to make it work for them, to get them to where they are, it worked for them and they have moved on. But you thought these four people, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, was going to take you under their wing and help you catapult to the next level. Didn't happen like that. So I end this show by saying, it's not always about you. It's not always about you. Hey, good people, this has been another great episode of What's on Edigga's Mind right here on BS3 TV. Make sure you tune in next week to another great episode. 3 ways you can watch this show. You could go to Facebook, watch it on Facebook at my channel, BS3 channel, on YouTube at BS3 Network. Or if you have a Roku device, you can definitely tune in by downloading the free app of BS3 TV. Check us out. Make sure you check out all the great shows on this great station, on this great network. Hey, until then, I holla at you when I smile at you. Peace.